broker-owner of Weichert Realtors, Courtney White. Served in the Valley for over 37 years. We handle all your residential needs. If you're thinking about making a move, call me for an expert broker price opinion. Find out what to do to your home to maximize its value. You'll be surprised at what you'll learn and well worth the time with me. I will tell you what most agents will not. Call me today at 480-705-9600. At Courtney Valley White Properties, we handle your real estate needs, big or small. We handle them all.
The information and opinions you hear on this radio show are those of the guests and callers and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of KFNX, its affiliates, management, or advertisers.
Networking Arizona is brought to you by Hypnotic One. You can visit them on the web at hypnotic1.com. That's hypnotic1.com. Hypnotic One, helping you succeed by eliminating the underlying problems. Networking Arizona is also brought to you by L. Anna von Strassenberg CPA. Excellence in integrity in accounting. Visit ArizonaCPAs.com.
Welcome to Networking Arizona with host Carol Blonder. You'll hear interviews with businesses located throughout the valley. Networking, it makes a difference.
If I traded it all.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm excited about bringing on my first guest, and everybody listen up, because a lot of people are back in town now. We're getting a lot of the snowbirds back, and it's a beautiful, it's starting to get really nice out there. We're live on Facebook, so I want to say hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. I have with me Randy Courtney. He's a broker owner of Weichert Realty, and before you came on, welcome back to the show. You went on the show a while back. Now you've been coming back a little bit. There's so much going on in the market, and we're going to talk about that, because I wrote down market update with Randy Courtney. I want you to start off kind of with what's going on, a little bit about you and what is going on in the market right now.
Absolutely. And working the Valley for so long, we've seen about 5 corrections in my career, and right now we're experiencing a little correction. The thing that we're finding right now is our market inventory is up to 3 months supply. So if no other listing was listed from today, 3 months later, we'd be out of inventory completely.
Unbelievable.
But that's coming off of about 1.2 months supply just 2 months ago.
Wow.
So every fourth quarter, the supply tends to build. That's normal. But what we're finding is that people are still moving here with jobs.
Oh, gosh, yeah. I think Phoenix is one of the number one cities for people to be moving here, because there's so much growth going on.
Yes. There are companies that are moving their headquarters, regional headquarters, and mostly are coming from the West Coast, all up and down the West Coast.
Yeah, you know what you said before you came on to me? You got a lot of cash buyers.
Absolutely, yes. A lot of equities being cashed in all over the West Coast, and they are coming here. They love our prices. They love our weather. They love the opportunities that it affords for, being in business here is a lot better than California.
Well, you in your ad, it says that you've been doing this for over 37 years. You actually almost 38 years.
Yeah.
And I want to talk a little bit about you. For you, I got to do this, because I want to talk about. I will do this, but I need to talk a little bit about you. You have been doing this for over 37 years, and you're a native from here?
Actually, came out of the Midwest and Indiana. So don't hold that against me.
Okay.
But went to ASU, and then shortly after ASU, I got my broker's license, or agent license, 86, and my broker's in 95.
Wow. And the difference between using a realtor and a broker?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that, because most people don't realize there's very few of us that are licensed brokers. And, the masses, there's about 71,000 agents. And, of course, to be a broker, you have different levels of expectations, education, requirements that you have with the state. And so, your capabilities of representing the client is so much better.
Well, let me just tell you something. When you use Randy Courtney, you get his experience, right? That's what you bring to the table.
Yeah.
But also what you do to help people sell their homes.
Yes.
It's amazing what you do.
Well, and what we start with is someone that is a marketing expert and a seasoned sales professional.
Right. That totally is right.
Anybody can hire some service to put the listing in the MLS and then pray.
Mm-hmm.
because that's what most people do. And so, as a homeowner, if you haven't sold your home before, you're not an experienced seller, you don't know what questions to ask. And that's why when I am competing for the listing, I will often remind the prospect that, I'm going to tell you what most agents will never tell you or bring up.
Absolutely. One of the things that you also say, I have to say, I do love when I take the questions and never ask the questions first. But I do want to do this. I want to ask you, because you say any size, doesn't matter what, the size of the house, you do it all.
Yes, big or small, we handle them all. Mm-hmm. And, I've had some clients that go, well, gosh, you really, I guess you wouldn't really want to, work with me because of my price point. It's like, no, we take care of the need. The price is immaterial. That's the key. We're not looking for a quick commission. We're looking for that client that we develop for life.
Now, when you call Randy, you call him direct at 602-615-6500, and it's randycourtney.com.
Correct.
And
yes.
So you want to make sure that you call an experienced broker. You are a real estate broker. This is what makes him different. Now, before we go on, we're going to go into this first question. And the first question you have down here is, do I need 20% down to buy a home?
It's a misconception. Most buyers do feel or have thought in their mind they had to have 20%. Well, we have programs with first-time buyers that they can get in with zero down. If you're a veteran, you can get in with zero down, of course, and with conventional. You can actually, there are some conventional programs with 3% down, and 5% is more typical. So that's a lot of money. And if you think that you're going to rent something, you're typically paying about 3% down already. So, for just a little more, you can be into a property with the luxury and benefits of home ownership. Which
is the American dream. Now, before you came on, you said November 4th, something big is going on.
You bet. What's happening is the conventional mortgage rate, they have a limit. And that limit is going up to $750,000. That's based on our median income, our median price for Phoenix. And so what we're finding is that leverage, someone can get in with 5% down on mortgage amount of up to $750,000.
Wow.
Great.
And when they work with you, do you have all of the components, all of the people that you already work with that can help make this deal go perfectly smooth?
Yes, I have a lender partner that I've worked with time and time again that know and trust. If I make a call to him, he's answering the phone. He is doing everything that he needs to do, to service you and to make you feel comfortable. There's no question too simple in the entire process. And our goal then is to answer every question, no matter how simple.
So let's talk about this. This is pretty interesting. And when somebody buys a home, what are some of the benefits when they do that?
Well, the benefits are that you have, and one of the best things I can look at is the equity that can accumulate over time. We think about buying a house today, and there's some talk that, well, what if the market, does go down a bit? Well, that can always happen. But the key is your investment long-term or short-term? Most people want to lock into a home and be there for many years. So if you'd bought a home and say in 2000 and we had this whole market gyration a couple times in between those 23 years, you would have still had a 9.5% appreciation. A pretty safe environment and investment.
Right. Well, it is. And, listen, folks, owning your own home, there's nothing like it. A lot of people, I think, they don't even realize that they probably can get into a home. They think that they're not, their credit isn't there. Right.
Yep.
But that is not necessarily always the case.
No. And we have some programs where you can actually get in with, if you have only 580 FICO score, most tenants, when they're applying, they require much higher.
Wow. You see, where else but on Networking Arizona would you learn some of this? And that's what I love when Randy comes on. I hope you have your own show one day when you do something like this, because it's so interesting. But, people out there, looking to get your home sold, he is the person to call. He says any size, they do it all. But you said it. We have a little tagline.
You bet.
And so the phone number to call him direct at 602-615-6500. His website is randycourtney.com. He's valley-wide, and he's been doing this for over 37 years. He is the man to call.
Every client is different. Anna von Strassenberg, CPA, PLLC, prides herself by offering ethical, accurate, and professional guidance when it comes to accounting, tax, and consulting services like tax return preparation, tax projections, proactive tax planning, IRS representation, QuickBooks, Pro Advisors, and more. For more information or to schedule a free consultation, call 480-964-4030. That's 480-964-4030. Services available year-round. ArizonaCPAs.com.
Hi, this is Darcy Bergen with Bergen Financial Group. Did you know that interest rates are the highest they've been in 2 decades? Maybe you should relook at your retirement portfolio and add fixed rates and lock them in as long as you can. Back in 1984, we sure wish we would have locked in CDs at 10%. Also, if you're close to retirement and you'd like a retirement guide or my new book, go to retirewithdarcy.com or give me a call at 480-430-2337.
Hey, this is Howie.
And me, Javi. Bravo Insurance Agency offers financial and lifestyle protection for those you love from an agency you can trust.
Gain the financial lifestyle security you deserve.
Proudly serving individuals, families, veterans, and America's small business community since 1985.
For a free, no-obligation consultation, call us at 480-316-7862. That's 480-316-7862.
Like us on Facebook.
Tired of paying high hourly fees when you need a plumber? With Cobra Plumbing, you get the same great service as the other guys, but you pay by the job, not the hour. So if you have a residential plumbing issue, don't wait. Call Cobra Plumbing today. Plus, our work is guaranteed. So call us today for your free estimate. Call 602-663-8432. That's 602-663-8432. To see a list of our complete service offerings, go to cobraplumbing.net.
Experience the difference with Dr. Skin Med Spa, led by Dr. Rohit Jaswal. Our renowned medical team is committed to a bespoke VIP experience that will leave you looking and feeling your best. At Dr. Skin Med Spa, we can reshape, reduce, or enhance your physique to create your dream silhouette by smoothing fine lines and wrinkles for a more dynamic, vital, and youthful appearance. For appointments, call 480-904-3311 or visit drskinmedspa.com.
Wow, everybody wants greater health, wealth, and happiness. We at Hypnotic One help everyone achieve that by eliminating your negative, unwanted, outdated habits and addictions in 1 to 7 days and include a lifetime warranty. Now's the time to take control or eliminate drugs, alcohol, smoking, weight gain, stress, and depression. We at Hypnotic One make changing fast, fun. Call now, 602-547-0446. For a 1-hour consultation and motivational CD, it is priceless and life-changing.
If I traded it all.
So welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Randy Courtney. He is a broker owner of Weichert Realty, and we're talking about being a broker so much different, and the information that I'm getting from you, I love talking during the break. And one of the things that I asked you was, what is the difference of buying a resale home as to a new build?
You bet. Some of the benefits obviously would be you're buying something that no one else has lived in. So it's brand new. There is a warranty. Builders will typically do a builder warranty 1 year on everything. So if something were to break or whatnot, they come in and fix. Typically it's 10 years on roof and foundation. So you have that peace of mind. Knowing too that you generally are all starting out in the same era, right? You're all building. You typically new families and young professionals. You're all there together, and it's kind of neat because you form that camaraderie that a lot of times on a resale you don't get because you're coming in later.
Right.
So it's one of the things that if people don't mind driving a bit, because most of the new home developments are on the outskirts of town. Mm-hmm. So if you are working in the city center, that might be an issue. So we always look with, okay, what kind of commute time are you comfortable with? If they're coming from California, they're all over the valley. They don't mind an hour.
Right, exactly. I'm from California. I know.
But as far as on the resale, on the resale, there's more negotiating room. There can be. You still have a home warranty that covers you for the first year of ownership if something, AC would go out. You do have an inspection. We demand an inspection first 10 days when you're under contract, so you know top to bottom about that house and what might be a defect, and either negotiate the property allowance for closing cost or have the seller go ahead and fix those items prior to closing.
Right. And anyway, everybody are do-it-yourselfers these days, so you're going to redecorate it anyway, no matter what. It's going to be yours.
That's right. And here's the thing I always try to stress. I have a lot of clients and prospects that call and say, we're just toying with the idea of putting our house up, and we really don't know what to do. What upgrades would give us the biggest bang for our buck? And being in the market like I am every day and working with buyers continually, I know what sells and what doesn't. And I've had clients that will put in all these upgrades, and it's for naught because they did the wrong thing. So before you do something, call me. I'd be happy to, no obligation, just walk through and tell you, here's what sells, here's what doesn't. Here are the colors, here's the design, things to look at. And I have vendors that I've been working with for over 20 years.
Would you say that that's what the most important quality is for a broker when they are selling your home? Or what is the most important quality?
The two most important qualities that you really have to look at is a marketing expert, because you have to have the professionals behind you that will do the pictures, the drone shots, the twilight shots, really sharp quality, so that you're highlighting that money shot in the listing and not just some garage. And you see a garage and you see a garage, it doesn't catch your eye. You see an updated kitchen or a twilight backlit pool, you're going to make that your priority to see. Floor plans, very few agents or brokers are doing them because they're expensive, but a marketing expert is the number one thing. Number two, a sales professional that can create demand in the mind of the buyer or the buyer's agent.
Right. And that's what you do.
Huge. And most agents never talk about it.
And because they don't know.
Correct.
That's what brings it to the plate, is his experience. When we talk about somebody who's going to give you call them custom programs for each person that you work with.
You bet. We sit down and look at a campaign that is going to fit with your needs, whether it's quick or whether it's we need to do some things on the property, or you have life events or whatnot, and we cater around your needs.
Now, world events,
Sure.
You had mentioned them earlier, and we know there's a lot going on right now in the world, and I wanted to know how the war affects Realty.
Yes, it's one of those things where there's rumors of war, and some things that are happening in a couple places in the world that are kind of hot spots. There are some people that freeze up when they are fearful. And so that does affect some buyers or sellers in their decisions. What you have to look at is what the need is that you have and the motivation of that. Because, if we all became fearful, the whole market would stop and we wouldn't do anything.
Well, here's the thing. Life still goes on.
Yes.
No matter what is going on.
No matter what.
Right. And a lot of people that are moving here, they do move because there's a job for them. They might move for medical reasons because we do have the top hospitals here. But also you said that you have a lot of cash buyers coming from California, big time. And of course, they can sell their house for millions and millions of dollars.
Cashing in a lot of equity and rolling it right in to properties that, we're about half price in some markets. And, they love Arizona. They love the fact that they can drive. We have a transportation corridor through this town. The city planners have done such a good job with our transportation.
Right.
It's
people don't know what traffic is.
They don't.
Until you come from California, L.A., like me.
Right. Yes. It's tremendous that we live here and have the ability to do that. And back on the fact of world events and whatnot, I have some clients actually they're deciding to list now before anything else happens. So they're taking profit now, and then they're going to be on the sideline. So there's that aspect of always don't let fear overcome your decision to do and to execute your goal.
The main thing is to have a consultation with him. He's been doing it for over 37 years, and this valley. Courtney,
Yes.
Valley-wide.
Absolutely.
You know this valley inside and out.
Right.
And I love that when you were coming here that there was a little accident on the freeway, but he said, I just cut over this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, that's what makes Randy a little different because he knows
back roads.
this background.
Yes, exactly.
He knows this valley inside and out. His phone number to call direct is 602-615-6500. His website is randycourtney.com. And it's such a wonderful time right now. We've got, when we think about between now and February, March, everybody wants to move here. Because it's the most beautiful place
Absolutely.
in the world.
We get those wonderful birds called snowbirds that come in and visit. And, of course, they are coming in with family or golf or vacationing. And once they get here a winter or two, then they typically are hooked and they come in. And I always, keep in touch with my Midwest clients because they will move. They'll come out here for a while and move back. And I always stay in touch. Because they move back because they miss family. Then they realize they call me about 3 to 5 years later and say, Randy, we're moving back. I'm like, why? Well, the family were right next door, but they never come around. So they're coming back, and the reason they came was the weather.
Right. Big time. Now, there's another question here. How can someone use equity in their home to pay off consumer debt?
I'm glad you brought that up, Carol, because so many people right now, because of the economy and the inflation, they are living off of credit cards or they're putting certain expenses on there that they really shouldn't. And some of those credit card interest rates are 30%. When you could actually, there's a ton of equity in your home if you've owned it for more than 5 years. And you can tap some of that very easily. And if you think about doing a HELOC or a refinance, it's much less than that 30%.
Absolutely.
And now you can write off the interest as well.
Right. And can you imagine becoming pretty much debt-free if you have the kind of equity in your home that can do that? And I bet you most people don't even realize how much equity is in their homes.
Correct. Yeah, they really don't. And that's why a good broker price opinion will provide that to really tell you where that payoff is and what kind of equity you're sitting on.
So tell everybody what it looks like when you call Randy Courtney to have you sell their home.
You bet. Well, number one, I answer the phone unless I'm on a radio program. But, most agents will not answer that phone. And that's the first step. We book an appointment around your schedule, 15, 20 minutes. I really take the time to look at your home like an appraiser. Picking out the upgrades and updates. And so that when that appraiser comes out, we know what that value should be.
You actually call yourself an advisor.
Yes.
Right? Because you can tell people what to do.
Correct.
Right? You know what's going to sell. You know what they should do to the inside of the house to make some different, little changes here and there and get them the most money.
Yes.
That is what it's all about. We have less than a minute. Go tell everybody what your final words are.
Well, just knowing that, before you make that move, before you sign that deal on someone that you might not be comfortable, call me just for a second opinion. There's no obligation, and it's well worth the time.
Let me just say this, too. November is around the corner, literally next week?
Yes.
We've got family coming in town, and they're going to see how beautiful it is here. Everybody that comes in town always wants to move here. And so you can call Randy and have a consultation with him. What makes Randy different is he is a broker, and that is broker owner of Weichert Realty. His phone number is 602-615-6500. It's randycourtney.com.